feeling?
Much improvement. He's always been competitive, but on ball, he's really taken challenge of not being a weak link or whatever. Team's kind of going after him at times, and he's taking pride in his one-on-one defense, but also understanding the team concepts as well and being in the right place off ball, and just a marked improvement from last year.
How beneficial is this for Alfie to play against a guy that's 7-4 last night, going up against Victor tonight, has to play him again on Monday, get an early look at him knowing that you all have to play them multiple times throughout the year?
Yeah, he had success against him last year, and whether it's, I guess Alfie's kind of run the gamut of guys that have guarded him, and he seems to do well against everybody. So he has a unique skill set where doesn't matter about height or strength or certain things like that. Grant Williams is on one night, shorter guy, and then you get the taller guys the last few nights. So he manages to do what he does regardless of who the opponent is, and whether it's from the post, the perimeter, isolations around the nail, he's very successful when he can get moved around and take advantage of his skill set.
What benefits did you guys get from bringing in Fred and Dylan last year, bringing them into such a young roster? What did you see that give you guys? Take the next step?
It's showed some of our young guys, day-to-day professionalism, work ethic, experience that you can't have just by going out there and playing. And so the specific guys we wanted to go after and bring in to help our young group grow. And I think you saw more of that with Steven coming this year. And he's another guy that's out there really coaching guys up and been through a lot of experience. So, we try to come in and do our part as coaches, but it's almost more invaluable to have the right vets out there kind of mentoring these guys on a day-to-day basis.
When you're building a team that started so young, is that almost mandatory to have those kind of guys eventually in the locker room?
Yeah, if you want to take the proper step, and I think it's a big thing. They need the experience and the on-court growth, and the ups and downs that they go through. That's invaluable within itself, but to see what success looks like in playing meaningful games and hear and see the experiences of guys that have won championships, that was huge for us last year, and I think all of those guys have showed improvement based on some of the things they learned last year.
Do you have Steven and Tari tonight?
Or a game time decision. They will test it out and see how they feel.
Is it very different, the things you would run with Steven compared to either going with Jabari or with John? Do you do things very differently?
I don't know if it's different things to run, but it's different results with the screener and guy that's, creates all that room, and he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, so he adds to what we're doing there. But, we like certain things with certain groups and certain pairings out there, and he hasn't been able to do that other than preseason. So we saw the success that and the spacing that he creates for guys and the attention he draws on the offensive glass. And so all those things will be benefits. Whether we do different things or not, he'll kind of find his way and help guys out just by screening, physicality, toughness, and his IQ.
Would it surprise you to know that Pop kept us with discussion about the election?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Would it surprise you to know that Pop had some thoughts on the election?
I don't know. That's why you guys are so late.
Yes. He might still be talking.
Yeah, I've heard enough over the years, so we keep it basketball over here.
Coach, thanks, Coach.
How much of an adjustment is it preparing to play the Spurs this year compared to last year, given the roster changes?
Yeah, I think, just like our guys took steps last year, you expect their young guys to do the same. But when you bring in the vets, Chris Paul and then Harrison and some of those guys, it elevates the group similar to what I just talked about. And so I think the focal point will be the guys that they really trying to grow and kind of bring up. But anytime you have heady, Chris Paul specifically, a heady point guard that's kind of setting the table for guys, it makes them a lot more efficient. So, you have to account for that, of course. But we continue to do what we did against those guys last year, specifically Wembanyama and some of the young guys that they have out there. And Vassell's not playing, obviously, but he was a key guy. And so you expect them to take their steps, and the vets will help with that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.